What's a heart? And in particular, a father's heart. Notice the text before us says, David longed. He desired. He longed. So he was devoted to a young man called, he had other children, and he cared for them. Notice the text tells us, he was comforted about his son Ammon, seeing that he had died. In other words, it did pain him that he'd lost a child. He would rather have had a child live than lose him. Right. Which father says, I don't want this child? You are unfit to be a father. Nowadays we have things that are called unwanted pregnancies and so unwanted children and so unwanted. Would you like to be called unwanted? No. Even what is an accident, so far as human beings are concerned, is no accident with God. When human beings make mistakes and God brings out something good called human, why should we say, I did not want? You are unwanted. Say it, sir. Oh, you long, you want, you desire, you seek the good of that particular child and be sold out to that good as best as you can. So notice, David longed for Absalom. And as I just outlined, this was a rebel. But he desired, he was devoted to him because that Absalom was a part of him. He was his son. It didn't matter what it turned out to be. It was his own bone, flesh and blood. So he longed. But he also did notice that this Absalom should have been at least a partner with him. Should an own son go against you? Should an own son not be able to come alongside you? There is a record in the record of the Israel kings, that his advisors, among his advisors, were David's sons. He would rather have had them partner with him in that way. But Absalom raises his fist, his sword, against his own father. But the father longs for him still. It doesn't end there. You will notice that this father has a passion. He's deeply fused for his own child. For his heart goes out, longs for. Absalom is not in the area where daddy is. He's distanced from daddy. But daddy at heart is where the son is, whereas his body is over here. Woo! That's great. He would rather draw him back, have him close by. I've been away from my family, since I came to Canada. And I talk to them almost every day. But that's not good enough. I'd rather be in their presence. Now my young men have grown long beards, and when I left them, they had clean chins. I'm a terrible father, aren't I? But you see, the joy of your own being close to you and by you, you see them, you feel with them, you speak to them, and you want to do something with them, for them, that's exactly what David wanted. That distance was eating him up, killing him. Come close, Absalom. Come close to me. Father, do you do that? He also did want, in a sense, to be protective of his own son. Protective of a rebel, yes. And it clearly comes out in the instance I referred to earlier, when Absalom actually determined to overthrow his father. When Absalom was killed in the fight between David's people and Absalom's people, his own commanders had been told, go and fight, but deal well with the young man Absalom. Who was at the heart of the rebellion? Absalom. And the king says, deal well with him. You get rid of Absalom, you get rid of the problem. And yet the king says, deal well with the young man Absalom. When he dies, the father doesn't jump. He actually wills he had died in his son's stead. What a father.